Hello, my adorable squidlings. I am back with another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the spiral-bound watercolor books by Arteza. They're acid-free, heavyweight, hardcover, cold press, and there are 64 pages in each. And they come in a 3-pack, which I think is pretty cool. They also come in a variety of colors as well. So, I want to let you guys know that Arteza did send these to me free for review. However, all opinions, as usual, are my own. And I also have affiliate links if you want to check them out in the description below. If you buy anything through that, I get a small commission, but it is at no extra charge to you. It just helps the channel out, you know. So anyway, let's talk about these books while I paint a snow elf. I have not painted anything in a while, and it felt really good to do so. So, let's talk about the pros and cons of these books. So the pros are, well, I probably won't list these in any specific order, but anyway, one of the pros is the fact that it's cold press. I love cold press paper, so that was definitely a bonus for me, and it did take quite a bit of water. It took a while for this to even try to buckle. They're 140 pounds, so if you add a ton of water, they'll typically kind of warp a little bit, but I mean, it's usually nothing to worry about unless you like super flat paper. But, you know, again, it's no biggie. I really like that these are spiral bound too. I can just kind of fold it under. I'm left-handed, so that spiral bound does binding, whatever. It gets really annoying after a while, but, you know, I still really like it because I like how it folds closed, so. Oh yeah, hey, I forgot to mention, if you use the code KATYDIDART8, I will have it on the screen, you can get 10% off your whole entire Arteza order as well, so go check that out and use the code if you want to buy something. Anyway, back to me talking about these booklets. Again, they do come in a 3-pack, which I think is pretty cool, and they're relatively inexpensive. They come in multiple colors and multiple sizes, so you've got a variety of options there. They don't really have any feathering. I don't know if you've ever grabbed a watercolor paper, but like sometimes they feather. This one does not have that, at least not in my tests. And they layer up pretty well. However, I would not do too many layers because they end up getting splotchy. You'll see later on, there's like this veil thing in front of her legs. I add a lot of layers and it ends up getting really splotchy. But other than that, I think, you know, they take layers pretty well. Lifting is a no-go on these. Unless you get it really quickly or something. At least in my experience, I cannot lift off of this because this paper tends to like suck up the paint. It's almost like it's uncoated. Like if you aren't using a ton of water and you come back to a small section that maybe you like had to dip in more paint or something, it might dry with like a line, which can get really annoying because, you know, you would think watercolor paper should stay wet. But that's just my experience. I'm not like the most experienced watercolorist out there, so maybe I'm just doing it wrong. But again, in my experience, I've had trouble with all Arteza papers, like watercolor papers with that, so it's just something to be aware of. Now, if you are using quite a bit of water and it stays wet, you shouldn't have that problem. But I would just test out how you watercolor. I wouldn't use this paper, honestly, for anything more than maybe practices or just sketches. I personally wouldn't use it for final pieces unless you want to. Like, I did a final piece here and I really liked how it turned out, but I wouldn't do too many more on this paper, if that makes sense. I would use it mainly for swatches or for practicing maybe techniques or something of that nature, or just kind of throwing paint around. But other than that, I really wouldn't use it for final pieces. But it is a relatively inexpensive way to get into watercolors. However, the most important thing when you do watercoloring is the paper. So I would definitely, for final pieces, get something maybe a little bit more higher quality. But again, that's just my opinion. I did like the paper for what it was for practicing. Like if you go into it with that mindset, it's not so bad, I suppose. So. And you get 3 of them, so you get a bunch of them. But I mean, for what it's worth, I had a lot of fun, and I haven't had fun painting. I haven't painted in forever. Right now, my little one is sleeping, and there's a dog outside barking. And I'm hoping mine doesn't start barking. But anyway, my little one is asleep right now, so she's giving me the chance to paint. It is currently 1 in the morning, and yeah, she usually sleeps around this time. Usually I'm asleep too, but I decided that I wanted to get this video up for you guys, because I miss making videos, and I didn't put one up last week because I was really busy and I had family from out of state come, and I just really wasn't prepared, and I don't have a backlog of videos at all that I can just edit. I probably should have done that, but I didn't, so here we are. But anyway, let me talk about the piece for like a second. So this piece is just like a little snow elf, and I really like the way she came out. It was really fun, and I don't know, I'm just like, I really am feeling my art right now, probably because I'm not able to do a ton of it. So I'm just really feeling my art right now. And I don't know, I really like the color scheme I chose too. It's very wintry, and it's very much winter time where I live, and it's very cold. And I don't really like the winter time, but I like drawing snow elves, so why not, right? But here's around the time you can kind of tell it was getting splotchy with all the layers. So it's just another thing to be aware of. So, but I do line this off camera, so you won't see that, but you will see it right about now that I lined it. And I think she turned out really cute, and I'm just really happy. So anyway, if you aren't already a part of our Cute Squid Pod, there's a subscribe button down below. I also have social media that I'm not really posting to right now, but I'm trying my best. But I have that in the description as well. And yeah, I hope you liked the video. I feel like this voiceover was all over the place. I haven't done one in forever. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, my adorable squidlings, toodaloo!